All right, we have a problem here. It says negative 3 times the quantity of x minus 2 equals 15. Now, this is going to take some remembering of the distributive property, and this does turn this one into a multi-step equation, not just a two-step. So remember our distributive property. You may have seen it done like this before, where you have to hippity-hoppity to both terms inside or all the terms inside. I don't want to do it that way this time. I want to keep it in the way I taught it in class. So I have negative 3 times this quantity, and the way I'm going to write that out, I'm going to kind of come over here to the left, is negative 3, and then up here I'm going to do x and then a negative 2, and that's going to put this kind of into a little grid here. Okay, now I have to just multiply. Negative 3 times x is, get another color, is negative 3x. And then negative 3 times negative 2 is a positive 6. Now that leaves me with negative 3x plus 6. All right, so that's actually what all this equals with the distributive property, even if you went this way right here. That leaves me with a negative 3x plus 6 equals 15. Now this turns into just a two-step equation now, where you have to get rid of your addition and subtraction, your constant first, and then you're going to get rid of your coefficient, and that's through multiplication or division. So your coefficient comes second. So let's start with my constant. The constant is right here. It's plus 6, and the way we get rid of plus 6 is to use the subtraction property of equality and do minus 6 off both sides of the equation. These will cancel because plus 6 minus 6 is 0, but I'm still left with a negative 3x here. Equals 15 minus 6 is 9. Now I just have my coefficient. Now my constant is gone. I can move on to my coefficient. The coefficient is always the number touching the variable that we're solving for. Negative 3 is that coefficient. And remember, there is a multiply sign there. And we're going to undo multiply by dividing, the division property of equality. And we're going to divide both sides by that coefficient, negative 3. These negative 3's cancel out because negative 3 divided by negative 3 is positive 1. That leaves me with just x, or 1x, equals, and then 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. Last step is to check our work. Start with my original equation. Negative 3 times x minus 2 equals 15. And then substitute in for x. X is going to be replaced with negative 3. So let me write that out. Remember, every time we substitute, to fill it in with some parentheses. And again, we're substituting in negative 3. Now it's all PEMDAS forward. It's our order of operations. We're going to start inside our parentheses with negative 3 minus 2. Negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. Bring down my equal sign, my 15 from my right-hand side. And now I just do my multiplication here. Negative 3 times negative 5 is a positive 15, and 15 equals 15. That's true. So I have proven that all of this work I did right here is correct, and that x indeed does equal negative 3.